Moving on to someone else who is crying. My goodness. Akothee decided to go on Facebook and post a whole post of herself saying Akothee failed her CHRP exams terribly. But it's on her post. This is what is written. Her post reads, Akothee failed her CHRP exams terribly. So is life. Congratulations to Esther Akothee on your fail and the pass, accepting your results and registering for a new semester. I will give it another take at Ames College. So all of us are like, hang on, what's going on? Did we miss something? In case you don't know what CHRP is, just like me at the beginning of this conversation, it is Certified Human Resource Professionals course where she was taking these exams at AIM College. And out of she took 4 examinations. She says that she was very, very sick. I think it was during Ramadan, something about she wasn't in the space that she should have been in to take these examinations, but she still powered through and she took the exams. So out of all the 4 examinations that she took, one of them being human resource development, where she failed. Another one being research methods for HR practitioners, where she failed. She did another one in organizational development and transformation, where she actually passed, and strategic management for HR practitioners, where she failed. So out of 4 exams, she failed at 3 of them, and she is very sad. She came online, she was posting herself, like looking at the results. I think she was hoping that she'll have a good result. You know the way you record yourself having passed. Like you've seen these kids who get into university and a prestigious university, so they're recording themselves as they're looking at the exams. Or you've just done your law examinations and you're waiting to see what the results are. So I think she was trying to do that, only for her to see fail, pass, fail. She just screamed. She's like, ah! How could I fail? How could this happen? Then she later thinks about it and she's like, I will post this for you. I will post this for you. And we're like, girl, look, no, you didn't have to. Like, no, you didn't have to. And I know people will say, oh, the students won't get snitched. You know, people would have said X, Y, Z. But I'm like, girl, you didn't have to do none of this. You didn't have to tell us none of this. And also the fact that she's speaking about herself in third person and at the same time in first person during the post, as she's saying Akothee as well, is just so interesting for me, because it clearly seems like you haven't reconciled with this information. Like you haven't come to terms with it. You're still you're still going through the motions of discovering that you have failed and you don't know what to do with this. Like, I have failed myself, I have failed, you know. But in the end of the very long spiel of her screaming and throwing a tantrum and being angry at failing, and then saying that she will sue the school because of giving her exams during Ramadan, I'm like, girl, okay. When she, at the end of this tirade of emotions being expressed to us, she said that she's still going to take another examination. She's still going to register for another other units, but she will do fewer units. She said she will do fewer units so that she's able to concentrate on like one examination. Here's the truth of the matter. Your college journey, your university journey, for everyone who's trying to go back to school. I spoke about this last week on eSpice. We saw your boy Bahati going back to school to take up his degree in Bachelor's of Information Technology. I think realize that now you're not the same as you were before. Like, you have so much on your plate, it's going to be so much more difficult. Plus, the older you are, the less retention you have. So you're it's going to be an uphill task. But that doesn't mean that you have to do it the same way everyone else has done it. If it will take you 8 years to graduate, just do that. Do fewer units, concentrate on those fewer units and pass. Do fewer units and pass, because everyone's journey doesn't have to look the same. Especially everyone's academic journey doesn't have to look the same. I took I think 7 years before I graduated because of, you can't pay school fees, you defer, but I still have my degree regardless. So sorry, Akothee, for failing, and yeah, learn the lessons as you have a lot. So just do less, I think.
In all honesty, it was a very challenging course, and CASNEB do not play about their exams. But it's also so heartbreaking that 2 years of your life have just gone down the drain. Like 2 years of sacrifice and doing all of this. But she says during the exam taking, she was tired, she was in between cities, things I totally cannot relate to. If you tell me that you failed because you were in between flights from Kisumu to Mombasa, I'm just like, cool. Anyway, because how do we relate to
You
this?
can't even console. It's an
Yeah.
inconsolable situation.
Again, I'll say it again. I have very little empathy for rich people. Like, I'm just like, wow, okay, cool. Moving on. Because unataka nini sasa? You know, you can register for another course. It's not the same reality for somebody else. So
Even the expense of that as well. You know,
yeah,
it's the
she
fact
has
that you can
failed.
just,
She's like, cool.
okay, I'm just going to do it again. Not a lot of people have the ability to pay for that the first time,
Yeah.
let alone the second.
So all that jumping, very unnecessary for me. And for me,